It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs in the toilet 'cause you've had too much to eat. We're all sitting up with our feet. If you reverse a few of them words, it makes a little more sense, but nevertheless, hello and good day to you, or good evening to you, or good night. That's it, good night, cheerio. No, it's not over before it's begun. You see, what I'm here today, for some of you, it may be obvious and you may know exactly what's coming next, because it's happened in the last 2 years of Channel 56. And you see, what that is the Christmas announcement. So therefore, I can confirm, for anybody who wasn't sure, this is a pre-recorded bit of gameplay, and I'm talking over the top of it. The gameplay you are witnessing in front of you is from Lord of Arcana. And you may be thinking, hello, 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 but not necessarily that many hellos, and not necessarily in that accent, but you may very well be thinking, hello, 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 who have we got here then? And if you are thinking exactly that, I can say it's Lord of Arcana, and the reason why you might be thinking, hello, hello, I've not improved at these commentaries at all. Anyway, the reason you might be thinking, hello, 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 I just like saying hello, hello, hello. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to say hello, hello, hello as many times as is humanly possible. No, the reason why you may be thinking, ooh, we'll change it up, ooh, hello, is Lord of Arcana was a PlayStation Portable exclusive, or at least I think it was. I'm fairly confident in that suggestion. And so you may be wondering, how in the world are you doing PlayStation Portable? Well, there is a PlayStation Portable emulator, if you didn't know. It's I believe it was called the PPSSPP, and this is basically the tutorial level of Lord of Arcana. I have played Lord of Arcana several times. Never with a sword though. You get background if you have never played Lord of Arcana. You choose a character, male or female. You have enough customization to make it worthwhile, but not like huge levels. And then you choose a weapon, and I believe the weapons were a single-handed sword, as I'm using now, two-handed sword, a giant axe, a mace, something else? There was a fiery pole, as it were. You get to sort of, it's like the big rifles in something like Monster Hunter, I think. So it's basically a sort of, but it looks like an axe. It looks like a sort of pole axe type thing, but it's supposed to fire. I've never tried that one, or at least I don't think I have. I don't remember trying it anyway. Anyway, so that's a little bit about I'm fairly confident it is Lord of Arcana. However, I think that may only be the European version, possibly the States version as well. But I think in Japan it was Lord. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong on both accounts. It may be Lords of Arcana all the way round. Lords of Arcana would actually make more sense, I think. Because from, as far as I gather, the premise is you end up facing these Lords of Arcana, and that's how you progress through the game. You unlock things by beating the Lords of Arcana. Anyway, we've had 4 minutes, and I haven't actually gotten to the crux of the announcement, which is pretty standard by now. Pretty standard. It'll be in the description anyway, so if you end up skipping this video, you are more than welcome to do so. Key thing. For those of you who don't know or don't remember, the Christmas specials are based on what you want. And so, simply put, all you need to do to receive a Christmas gift is, in the comments section, put down a list of 5 games. And we'll get on to precisely where these games can be from, a little later, where I'll discuss what emulators I have and, you know, just general kind of, is it worthwhile suggesting this? Well, no, because of that. But we'll get on to that. So, key thing. 5 games, any 5 you like. I will pick one of those 5, and I don't know which ones I'll pick because I don't know which ones you'll put down. But nevertheless, 5 in the comments. I'll pick one. That will be your Christmas gift. You won't know what Christmas gift you've got until you get it. And that's the purpose of the list and the choice. You give me things you'd like to see, I give you one, as it were. Hello. It's all about the hello. You can say hello in so many different variants. Hello, hello, hello. That's intrigue. Hello. What have we got here then? And then you've got hello. That's sexual arousement, if you couldn't guess. So, hello, apparently, I don't know if it sort of transposes across all other languages, but hello for England is just got so many different various meanings. It's unbelievable. Anyway, 5 games listed. I choose one, I play it. That's your Christmas gift. So we'll get on to what can you choose? Well, as I sort of alluded to, anything. You can choose anything you like. Now, here's the sort of what I would recommend, and I think I recommended something similar, if not the same, last time, is if you you've got 5 choices. Now, if 2 of them turn out not to be viable, that still leaves 3, which is why there's 5 choices, because there is always the possibility that you're going to choose something that's just not viably done. Or, reasons I wouldn't choose something, I'll go into first. That seems not an unreasonable process. Reasons I wouldn't choose a game. I'm going to LP it in the future anyway, so that would... I'm not going to specify. I like to leave these things as a surprise, but if you happen to stumble upon, oh, I'd like you to... Could you play this for Christmas? I won't actually tell you so, but if it's a... No, I'm not going to play this for Christmas because I plan on playing this fully, then that's going to negate a choice, if you happen to do that. If I try and find it and it doesn't work on the emulators, and as I say, we'll get more onto sort of that a little later. Why else wouldn't I do it? Why else wouldn't I do it? I must admit, I think that's pretty much it. If I'm going to LP it or it doesn't work, they're basically the only reasons... Oh, if you choose a Steam game, and again, I was sort of going to get onto it later, if you end up choosing a game that's like just on PC, if I don't happen to own it, and I have no inclination to buy it, it won't be chosen. So, I think those 3 sort of reasons why it won't be chosen is not unreasonable. However, onto the emulators. We'll suggest which emulators are pretty damn fine. So that's the safest emulators you can choose are the early ones. And I would say, according to my list, and this is the ones I own, I suppose, Mega Drive, SNES, NES, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and with that I think Game Boy as well. And with like the Mega Drive, I believe I have the Fusion. If anybody knows their emulators, the Fusion I think does Game Gear as well, and possibly something else. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain it at the very least does do Game Gear games as well, which is the reason why I picked that one up, because I use a different Mega Drive one. For any Americans, Mega Drive Genesis Mega Drive. The correct name, of course, was Mega Drive. The little patriotism for you. We get it released as the Mega Drive, and that's the correct way of putting it. So, as I say, those early consoles are pretty much safe. I don't think I've ever stumbled across a game that I couldn't play from an early console. Mega Drive, SNES, NES, Game Boys, all of them, pretty much 100% work I've found. The ones that are a bit more, I haven't had many problems, but on occasion there are peculiarities. You've got the DS, the Nintendo DS, the dual screen, the PlayStation 1 and the N64. So if you chose a game from there, there is hopefully unlikely, but plausible sort of issues with it not working. For example, N64 Pokemon Snap, that had peculiarities. It was playable, but it had peculiarities in it. Now, if the peculiarities don't show themselves immediately, that doesn't necessarily remove it from availability. It would possibly be a case of, oh, okay, suddenly this has gone strangely tits up. Like with the PSP emulator, I did some Phantasy Star Portable 2. That's not hugely important, but I did Phantasy Star Portable 2, and the first level, whoosh, played like a dream. Absolutely played like a dream. And I thought, oh, this is working really rather nicely. And then second level, I was stuck in the ground and the enemies were invisible half the time. So that made it a little more difficult to beat things, because she kind of was blindly firing at a lock-on target. Wow, I just lost the voice there for a moment. It just did you hear it just peter out into a gravel? I'm getting my arse handed to me in Lord of Arcana. Anyway, so DS, PS1, N64, they're a bit more debatable whether it's going to be working, but most of the time it does. The ones that are particularly dodgy would be the PlayStation 2. That's a serious gamble. If you choose a PlayStation 2 game, there is no real sort of guarantee that it will be playable. Then I also now have a Dreamcast emulator. Yes. Some of you, I realise, probably know this, because I did it on the live stream for a couple of occasions at least. But Dreamcast is now another option. But again, I haven't necessarily tried a huge volume of ROMs or ISOs or whatever you want, so I can't guarantee every single one's going to work. But from what I've seen, it seems to work quite nicely, and I've not had a serious major problem with it so far. But you never know. It's new, so I've put it on the dodgy list, because I do have 3 lists: safe, 50-50 and dodgy. And the PlayStation Portable, as discussed, Lord of Arcana is working beautifully. I mean, there's a little bit of peculiarity with some of the sort of graphics, because a couple of them sort of end up looking like they're painted, and it's actually kind of pleasant in a weird sort of way. But the character looks picture perfect, absolutely beauteous. But a couple of the other bits surrounding, like you can see sort of the blend of the floor is not quite the original. And sometimes if you see the X come up in the corner, it's kind of weirdly blended. As I say, it's almost like it's been painted, and it's slightly strange. I'm not sure how much video I have left to discuss this, but I think we're pretty much through it. You can pick any game off of any console, but be wary. Safe ones, Mega Drive, SNES, NES, Game Boys, mostly working. DS, PS1, N64, a little bit dodgy, but might be worth a punt with a choice. Dreamcast, PS2, PSP. But that's, I'm not trying to sway your decision. I'm just trying to get the point of what I can and can't do out there. So I suppose I can sort of specify definite no-nos: PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games, if they are exclusive to PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Xbox 360 and the Xbone, or Xbox One if you want the full title, they're also a no-no. Wii and Wii U, also a no-no, and the PlayStation Vita, also no. Because emulation for that doesn't exist, and I don't possess a capture card of sort of that style of trying to get the consoles going. So they're definite no-nos, but only really if they're exclusive. If it's a PlayStation 3 game that happens to also be on the PC, then it's not impossible that I own it. And as I say, that sort of goes into the reasons why I wouldn't choose it. If I don't own it and don't want it and can't justify spending money on it, then it won't be chosen, etc. But yeah, that also links nicely with the fact that yes, you can choose a PC Steam game, and browser games, of course. I can probably record a browser game quite happily. I could end up being a terrible affair where I can't, but theoretically I can. So we'll just go through, should have enough time to just, as I say, I'm not entirely 100% sure. I might ruin this by pushing the wrong button. No, we're alright. So I've got about 5 minutes. I believe that's 5 minutes, yeah. 20 minus 15 is about 5, which means I've got about 5 minutes. Hello, you're smart cookie, aren't you? See, there's another variant of hello. This commentary's turned into something weird, but pleasant weird, but weird nevertheless. Oh, this is the tap circle as fast as you can. Although I never can seem to win. I don't know whether you're supposed to be able to win that circle duel, or whether it's just survive the circle duel, but I never seem to. We're back talking about Lord of Arcana now. I think I bolster my health and then get knocked on my ass. So, we'll have one final conclusion as to what the system is. You choose 5 games. Now, these games can be anything you like. As discussed, they can be old retro console games, mid-level console games, i.e. Dreamcast. I would classify that as a mid-range. So it's not new generation. It's the slightly older generation, but it's not quite retro. And because saying it twice makes it all the more accurate. 5 games, anything you like, essentially. I will choose one of those 5, and that game I choose will be your Christmas gift, and you will receive that Christmas gift in due time. And by that I mean I'm going to play it. I'd like to just clarify that one. That sounded like you'd actually get it. That's not. I will play it for you. I'm not actually going to get you the game. Just to emphasise that one. For legal reasons, I have to just put in the small print. You will not receive the game. I will merely play it. So yes, you pick 5 games. I choose one to play, and then you get that video scene on YouTube's View. And that's pretty much it. I'll probably have a description in the description. That's generally what you do in the description. You put a description in the description in order to describe the description. Can I summon Bahamut again? No, I don't think I can. Besides, I don't think I want to, because I think is he flagging? You do get an obvious flag towards. Oh no, he decimated me, and then he stomped on my buttocks. Well, that's just harsh. A couple more fireballs. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Do I win or do I lose? Well, I already know the answer. I think soon. Oh, I think is he? I'm not sure if he's flagging yet or not. I've kind of given it away that I win by saying he flags, but you never know. You never know. Maybe just a maybe. Just a maybe. He flags and then gets nasty. Like, you know, like a rat trapped in a corner. He gets nasty. Yeah, your tail attack not going to be as effective when you don't have a tail. I chopped that off earlier if you hadn't noticed. I'm sure you're paying more attention to the gameplay than I am. I was paying more attention to my list of things that can be done. Things that can be done, which are most things now. With the addition of Dreamcast and PSP to my repertoire of emulators, it's pretty much most consoles I can pretty safely do. So it opens up even more options for you to choose things at Christmas. Oh, looks like it's... Was it going dodgy there, or just... Might just be the game... Don't know. But I'm engaging in the QTE melee duel, which is the sign of almighty victory. I should have checked what the end is because I didn't edit the end of this video. I cut a little bit off the beginning, but I don't know what the end's going to look like. So, with the quest complete and the description done, I think it's time to say cheerio.